Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and I'm going to be doing a speech for my oral communications class about helicopter parenting. Helicopter parenting is more detrimental than one might think. As a parent and volunteer, I see the many negative impacts that this can have every day. A little bit of background about me. I am a scout leader for my daughter's scout troop. For those of you who may not be aware of what Scouting is, it's an organization that works with children on various life skills. We work with children from kindergarten until they graduate. I've been volunteering in the organization for about 10 years. Because of this, I come across many children from all upbringings and backgrounds and have seen all parenting styles. I'm sure you can guess by now that one of those is helicopter parenting. In order to understand the negative impacts that this can have on a child's life, we first need to understand what helicopter parenting is. Helicopter parenting is excessive levels of involvement and control by parents in their children's lives. While every parent wants to help their child and be involved in their life and activities, helicopter parents take this to an extreme. This usually stems from having higher than normal anxiety regarding their children. There are some common signs of helicopter parenting. Some of the common signs are excessive anxiety over their child, being overly involved in all areas of a child's life, which would include their social life, extracurricular activities, and academics. Doing things for their children instead of providing help, such as chores or homework, and trying to constantly solve problems for their child instead of letting them sort it out themselves. When a parent does this, it can cause a lot of negative side effects that can follow the children later on in life. When the children are not able to make choices for themselves or um, try to solve problems on their own, this can cause a drop in their self-esteem. It can cause anxiety because they feel like they are always being watched and monitored. And it can also cause depression. Um, Another thing that it can really cause is a dependency upon the parents. When the children feel like they are unable to make decisions by themselves or do things on their own, it really makes the children feel like they are dependent upon those parents. Another interesting thing that can happen is alienation from peers, and this goes from the child and the parent. A lot of times what happens is the child chooses to not involve themselves with activities regarding their friends or other peers because they feel embarrassed that the parents are constantly checking up on them or want to be overly involved in what they're doing. On the other side, a lot of times the parents don't want their children to be involved in certain activities because they are unable to monitor the child in the activities that they are doing that as they would like to monitor those activities. If you happen to notice that you are kind of showing signs of helicopter parenting, there are some things that you can do to kind of take a step back and allow your child to make those decisions so that they can build the skills that they need later in life. One of the things is to give your child space. As children are babies and toddlers, they do need us to be involved and around a lot of the time because as they are young, they're learning how the world works. They're learning what things they can do, what things they shouldn't do, what things hurt them. So we do have to be a little bit more on top of them and the things that they're doing. But as they get older, and they learn how things work and need to develop certain skills in life, we should be giving them some space so that they are able to make those choices, make those decisions, make the um, have the self-esteem created from these things as they get older. Another thing is to give them choices. Instead of making all of the choices for them, just let them choose for themselves. Even things as small as letting them pick out their own outfits or letting them pick what they would like to eat for dinner goes a huge way whenever it comes to uh, their confidence and life skills. Being able to know that you can make your own decisions and that those decisions are the correct ones and ones that you can, make on your own, uh, really help. Make sure that you are the supporter. Don't take over what your child is doing, but make sure that you are there to support them in what they are doing in any kind of issues that they might be having. And always make sure that you're there to help them. We can help our children learn how to handle problems instead of being the one to handle the problems for them. We can also allow our children to make mistakes. There are a lot of lessons that can be learned whenever we make a mistake and have to fix that mistake. We can also assign chores to develop responsibility and life skills. Whenever these chores are completed, it can also help with the self-esteem that has a drop a lot of times with this helicopter parenting style. Um, So really, whenever it comes to helicopter parenting, it doesn't necessarily come from a bad place. We just really need to be aware of the problems that it can cause for our children down the line and try to break that habit so that they can have the skills needed later on in life to succeed. We want to make sure that they are able to have the life skills and the coping mechanisms that are needed as adults um, to be a successful person later on in life.